Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a celebration of hope and gratitude, Hope Health's virtual gala. I'm your host, Mario Clario, and Hope Health is an organization that is near and dear to my heart. Like so many in Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts, my family has benefited from the services of their really caring professionals. During this 30-minute program, we're here to support hospice and palliative care and one of the very special services that Hope Health offers to the entire community, professional grief counseling. With an expert staff of 6 and dozens of volunteers, Hope Health offers one-on-one counseling, more than 20 support groups monthly and weekly, remembrance events, and Camp Braveheart for children who have lost a loved one. These services have been a lifeline for families, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. The grief support team at Hope Health has found creative ways to connect with people in the community, even though they could not meet in person. Thousands have benefited at a time when comfort and connection were needed most. Stay tuned to learn more about all of the services offered free of charge through the support of community members like you. That's right, all of Hope Health's grief support programming is free and 100% supported by philanthropic gifts. Please have your cell phone handy as we're asking for your donations to grief support programs offered throughout Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts. So many of you support this work and know how important it is. We're going to introduce you to some of the generous folks who support Hope Health. We're also going to honor the recipient of the 2021 Human Dignity Award, Dr. Angela Anderson. Dr. Anderson is Director of Pediatric Palliative Medicine at Hasbro Children's Hospital, providing comfort and support, as well as pain and symptom management for children with serious or chronic illnesses. But first, please welcome our event chair, Chris Marcella.
Thank you, Mario, and welcome everyone to a celebration of hope and gratitude. I'm Chris Marcella, and I'm the chair of this event and a member of the Hope Health Board of Directors. This is Hope Health's second virtual event, and we have embraced this format. First, because it kept people safe during the COVID-19 pandemic, but more importantly, because it offers us a way to show you, with photographs and video, the amazing work that Hope Health does every day. You know, the last year and a half have been challenging for us all. For those who have lost a loved one, the social isolation has sometimes been overwhelming. That's where Hope Health's grief support team has been a lifeline for adults and children who are grieving and are trying to find a path forward. Grief support at Hope Health is free to anyone in the community who needs it and is 100% supported by your gifts. Your support truly makes our work possible. I'd like to extend my special thanks to the Hope Health Board of Directors, the Virtual Gala Committee, and of course, the staff at Hope Health who care for our patients and families. We're so grateful for our premier sponsor, Swipe for a Cause, for their support of this event, along with Summit Health Law Partners, the Elms Foundation, Coastline Emergency Medical Services, Robbins Properties, and many, many others you'll hear about this evening. Donations made this evening support Hope Health's grief support services, including more than 20 support groups led by expert counselors, remembrance events, community support, and one-on-one counseling. And of course, Camp Braveheart, a special summer camp program for kids ages 4 to 17 who have lost a loved one. For more than 14 years, Camp Braveheart has been providing comfort and peace to kids coping with grief. All of these programs have helped thousands of people navigate their grief journey and find a path of hope. We're getting close to our goal. Please help us hit our target and raise funds for our grief support at Hope Health. The thermometer on the event webpage is being continuously updated to show you our results. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see a number you can text to make a gift. It's easy, and you can make a gift at any time during the event to be counted in the total raised. Thank you, and enjoy the evening.
Thank you so much, Chris. Every year, Hope Health receives more than 10,000 gifts from people who care about hospice and grief support. Every gift makes a difference for patients and families. We are so grateful for your support. Because of these gifts, Hope Health can support local residents who need grief counseling with a wide range of services, all free of charge. In 2020, the team of 6 grief counselors served more than 5,700 people who needed a guide through their grief journey. 100% of the cost of these programs is supported by your philanthropic gifts. Take a look.
Grief is like a thumbprint. It's a very individualized experience, and it's different for every single person who experiences a loss. We need to be cognizant of that when we're working with anyone who has experienced the death of someone that they care about, because no matter how many people are in one family, each and every person's experience could be completely different from the other. And it's important to honor that and to really individualize the care that we provide to them.
My name is Helen Patterson.
And I'm Jose Souza.
Our son Jonathan was 31 years old when he died of cancer, October 5th, 2020. He left behind two beautiful daughters that remind us of him every day, and they're a blessing for us.
My wife passed in 2007 following surgery for pancreatic cancer, and it was at that time that I know I needed a lot of support in order to live my life and support my children.
We offer a number of support groups, a lot of specialty area groups. We have, specific to the relationship of the loss. So if it's a loss of a parent or a loss of a child, loss of a spouse, that's a few examples. We actually have a loss of a sibling group as well now. Quite a variety of groups to choose from for people, and that's, just really been a golden nugget, I think, to people in their grief, is to find something where they feel that they belong and that they can really relate to the other people that are there with them.
Seeing our grief counselor, Sarah, has been wonderful. When you just think you're going crazy, but somebody tells you you're not, that feels good when it's all about grief. Grieving parent group has also been wonderful. You making connections with other people who know what you're feeling, because nobody really knows what you're feeling unless they've experienced it.
I think it takes many different qualities to be a grief counselor, but the most important one is to be able to listen compassionately.
The grief counselors at Hope Health come from various backgrounds. While they all have incredible educational background, I think what also is incredibly important in working with people that are grieving is the fact that our grief counselors each have experienced loss in some way in their life.
Hey, Helena.
People look for ways to remember their loved ones and also to put that love somewhere.
We have a few more people coming on.
They still love that person, even though they're not physically here, and they're looking for a place to put that love. They want to give back, and here they are.
When I was 13, my younger sister died of cancer, and I knew I wanted to do something to help support the grieving community. And when I heard about the opportunity to run the Camp Braveheart program, I just thought it was a perfect fit, and I thought it would be so important for these kids to have that opportunity because I needed it so badly when I was 13.
Camp Braveheart was really put together with the thought of we need to be able to support children in their loss, but not just at the time of their loss, in all of the time ahead.
Camp Braveheart is so important for grieving children and teens to be able to come together because in their schools and communities, they're often the only one or one of a very few who have had a significant loss.
Whenever one of us is sad, we would give them a giant hug. We all have something in common.
My mom passed away 2 years ago. Yesterday was the anniversary of her death. I feel more comfortable talking about her passing now.
Yes, this is us. With all of our grief, this is us. And we're proud to be that. Am I right?
I'm not the only one that has lost someone very close to me. All these kids that have been through the same experience and they know what it's like. No one is lonely in the grief.
Hope Health has been a godsend for us because I don't know where I'd be going with all these feelings and emotions.
We learn to live with loss. We don't get over loss. I personally think of loss as a lifetime journey.
We're here, we got up out of bed, we got dressed. So you're gonna have good days and bad days, just plugging along and find yourself a wonderful grief counselor.
In the face of heartbreak and loss, thousands of adults and children turn to Hope Health for help and hope. Your gift this evening supports grief support programs at Hope Health, including one-on-one counseling, support groups, remembrance events, community workshops, and of course, Camp Braveheart. Remember, these programs are free to anyone in the community who needs them and are 100% supported by your donations. Now we turn to Hope Health's President and CEO, Diana Franchido, and Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Edward Martin, who will present the Human Dignity Award to Dr. Angela Anderson.
Hello, everyone. I'm Diana Franchido, President and CEO of Hope Health. We're here to present the Human Dignity Award to a colleague and partner to Hope Health, Dr. Angela Anderson. Hope Health created this special award to recognize those who have dedicated themselves to the core values of hospice, to offer comfort, compassion, and dignity to patients at the end of life, and hope and healing to their families. Dr. Anderson is the 8th recipient of this award, and through her work at Hasbro Children's Hospital, she has had a profound impact on hospice and palliative care for children in our region. Recipients of the Human Dignity Award have been physicians, philanthropists, clergy, and community leaders. Dr. Anderson is emblematic of the leadership, empathy, and integrity of this group. Dr. Anderson is an Associate Professor of Pediatrics and Emergency Medicine at the Warren Alpert Medical School of Brown University and the Director of Pediatric Pain and Palliative Care at Hasbro Children's Hospital, a program that she created and launched 10 years ago to care for hundreds of seriously and chronically ill children. Under her direction, Dr. Anderson's multidisciplinary program offers a family-centered approach and provides a compassionate blend of services that support curative and comfort care and preserve the dignity and quality of life for children and their families. We are so proud to honor her today.
When you do palliative care, you meet families and kids at a time when they're really scared and potentially really, really sick. And my hope was always that I could help them be just a little bit less scared and maybe even have a little bit of fun. I liked hugging, actually, even as a kid. It was hard for me to see somebody else be sad, even as a kid. Maybe some of those things haven't changed too much. I've had so many children who are memorable. I mean, all of them are memorable. You know, and all of them touch me in ways that touch me and teach me in ways that you could just never really fully express. I feel really, really privileged that they let us into this really sacred time in their lives. You know, you think, what do kids worry about when they're dying? You would think that they'd be scared of the unknown or they'd be scared of pain. You know what they worry about? They worry about their families. Almost universally. That's what they worry about. And we're talking 4, 5, 6-year-olds. That's what they're worried about. Is their family going to be okay? That's compassion. My hope is that every single kid that we have all cared for feels that we see all of them. We see who they are. We don't see their disease, we see them. And we're grateful for them, and we're grateful for their lessons. We're grateful for what they've taught us and what they've taught the rest of the world, and clearly what they've taught their families. It is not wasted, and we're going to try really, really hard to pay all of those lessons forward.
I'm Dr. Ed Martin, Chief Medical Officer at Hope Health. Hope Health chose Dr. Angie Anderson as our 2021 Human Dignity Award recipient for her generous and caring spirit and deep passion for this work. Angie cares for children in the hospital, in her office, at home, and she also cares for their families. Her vast knowledge of pain and symptom management and her positive spirit ensure that sick children experience life as fully as possible. Angie and her team become part of the family, and many of those relationships continue after the death of a child. The pediatric palliative program at Hasbro Children's Hospital that Angie Anderson built is admired by physicians around the state and the country. That's why she is asked to teach and speak frequently on the practice of palliative medicine. Each year, Rhode Island doctors overwhelmingly vote her a top doc the doctor-physicians would send their own family to. I've always been impressed by Angie's warmth and generosity of spirit. She hugs everybody. Even if she's just met you, she's already your friend. She is an exceptional physician and human being. Dr. Angela Anderson, Hope Health is proud to recognize you for your commitment to children, their families, and to human dignity at the end of life. Thank you for your service to our community, and congratulations on this achievement.
Ed, Diana, the Hope Health Board of Directors, and the Hope Health community. I'm a little bit blown away, but really very, very grateful for this award. I'm so honored to work with such an amazing group of compassionate healers who always go above and beyond to do the best that they can do to help every family feel loved and cared for. I'm also grateful to my team here at Hasbro, Tara, Kyle, Stella, Alice, Susan, making sure I don't forget anybody, Jen. Just thank you for always being here and picking me up off of the floor when I can't get up off of the floor after playing with kids. Thankful to Phyllis and Tracy and Max and Cynthia and Zoe and just so many people who have helped us along this way. Obviously, my parents are so important to me, and my sister, Andrea. A little shout out to you as well. The real stars, I think, actually are the kids that we've cared for. They're stars literally, stars figuratively. These are the kids who have taught me so much. They've taught me how to love deeply, how to give without asking for anything in return. I'd actually like to dedicate this to my dad, who taught me how to give for the simple sake of giving, to help somebody just have a little bit of a better day, or to maybe make somebody's road be just a little bit easier. And he did it not looking for anything at all in return. He taught me how to listen, because we all want to be heard. We all want to feel that we mattered. I am thinking that maybe all you people at Hope Health must have either known my dad or secretly taken lessons from him, because you all walk through the world just like he did, with unbelievable compassion. You give and give 24/7, 365 days a year. And you bring light to every single person and family that you touch. So I can't thank you enough for this award. It means so much to me. I'm humbled, I'm honored. Thanks for being the beautiful beings that you are. Thanks for being in my life. Thanks for all the healing that you do. Thank you, I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson, for helping sick kids and their families get the most from their days. Hospice really is about living your life to the fullest extent possible, and that's true for both children and adults. You know, philanthropic gifts are so important to Hope Health. Thousands of donors like you help Hope Health to provide comprehensive grief support programs, our Camp Braveheart for young people who have lost a loved one, veterans programs, support for caregivers of loved ones with Alzheimer's or dementia, and much, much more. The reasons why you give are quite personal. Watch.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Keith Kelly, and I'm proud to be chairman of the board of Hope Health. As you may know, Hope Health was founded in 1976 by a special group of individuals who cared about excellence in end-of-life care in Rhode Island, and who created a grassroots organization that has grown into one of the most respected hospice and palliative care organizations in the country, and the largest in southern New England. And through it all, Hope Health has remained a not-for-profit organization, which means that any money that we make doesn't go to shareholders, but instead is reinvested back into the business to provide the best possible care to our patients and their families. including programs like the Veterans Program, dementia and Alzheimer's support, free care for those who are uninsured, expert palliative care to patients at our partner hospitals and primary care providers across southern New England, as well as the most comprehensive grief support programs in the region. So as a not-for-profit, the financial support we receive from the communities we serve, as well as from the businesses, foundations, and thousands of people whose loved ones receive care from Hope Health, it's all incredibly important to the patients and families that we serve. And it's those donations this evening that are so necessary to grow our grief support programs like Camp Braveheart, the Weekend of Hope and Healing, support groups, and other programs that help thousands of people heal from loss. That's why Citizens Bank is a proud supporter of Hope Health, and it's why my family does too. And now I'd like to introduce you to some of our community leaders who helped make this event possible. Let's take a look.
So we started Swipe for a Cause to give back to hospice. Both of us had experience with hospice. Andy's late wife died under the care of hospice. His father died under the care of hospice. His sister-in-law at 46 died under the care of hospice. So we thought it was time to give back, and this was an easy way to do it. Just sell merchant services and get predictable donations going year after year. So Hope Hospice didn't wonder, oh, they're going to make a donation this year. It's predictable because our merchants take cards every single day.
For a lot of the business owners or managers who have experienced loss, to loved ones who also were cared for by hospice, particularly Hope Health here in Rhode Island, they have found that Swipe for a Cause is a way to help give back and to help support Hope Health on a long-term sustaining basis. Our entire team is Rhode Island based. We are very hands-on, as our team will share.
Well, I'm just really grateful, and I'm grateful for the team we have. We have Stephanie, Greg, Margaret, Andy, Billy. There's something great about being in it together, too.
We are so proud to support Hope Health.
It's amazing to support Hope Health.
I'm very proud to support Hope Health.
I'm proud every day to serve Hope Health.
Hi, my name is Jeff Chase Lubitz, and I'm a partner at Hush Blackwell, and we're thrilled to be able to support Hope Health and the great work that it does. I've been involved with Hope Health for over 30 years, first as a board member and then, more recently, as legal counsel. I can say that the work that Hope Health does, even at the legal level, is fascinating, challenging, and always cutting edge. One thing that we've been deeply involved with is Hope Health's growth in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. We're excited to be part of that growth and innovation as Hope Health continues in the future. Thank you.
I'm Arthur Robbins, Robbins Properties, and I have been a member of the board and of the organization for approximately 35 years. Over 35 years, it's been the most meaningful organization, nonprofit, that I have ever been involved with in my lifetime. It's wonderful as I sit back and think about hospice, how many thousands and thousands of people have given to this organization for the purpose of helping people. And it's so important that everyone out there understands that giving to hospice is something that should be on your list each and every year.
Hi, I'm Bob Nangle. I'm president and owner of Meridian Printing, East Greenwich, Rhode Island. I support Hope Health mainly because of my family. 3 years ago, my dad was diagnosed with a stroke, and he was in the hospital for about 8 days. And while we were there, we made the decision as a family quickly. They got him into the facility very quickly. And when we got here, we were just blown away with the beauty of the building, the staff that was here, the ability of our whole family to come in here. My mom married for a number of years to my dad. My brothers and sisters, 17 grandchildren, past 17 great-grandchildren at this point in time. And all were able to come and visit Dad in a way that they wouldn't have been able to anyplace else. You couldn't ask for a nicer setting or more compassionate people. Dad was extremely comfortable. They knew exactly what to do for any issue that he might have had. And since then, I've been a big supporter of Hope Health and will continue to support it because there are a lot of people that will greatly benefit from a facility like this. Thank you.
What an inspiring evening, celebrating the people who give so much to support patients and their families. Thank you to premier sponsor Swipe for a Cause and our many event sponsors for making this virtual event a big success. Thank you to Hope Health's grief support counselors and volunteers. The work you do is so important. Please consider making a donation to support Hope Health. Thank you for joining us and have a good night.